Welcome anyone who's new. I'm Kim Wilkins. I'm a physical therapist, and we will be doing a flexibility and range of motion exercise. If you come frequently every Thursday, we did some strength recently. We did some alternating movements, balance work. So now we're kind of just going to stretch all those muscles, a lot of large amplitude movements, which is really proven to help the symptoms of Parkinson's disease. So just follow along with me. You shouldn't need anything other than yourselves. We will be getting down on the floor for the hands and knees power moves if you're familiar with those, or you could kneel at a chair. Looks like a lot of people are just hopping on now. Okay, so no equipment for those of you just getting on, and turn your videos on. I like to see us all exercising together, okay? So we're gonna just start with some warm up, nice tall sit, get at the edge of your seat. No slouching, because I want you to try something. If you slouch and try to raise your arms, how high can you go? Okay, now sit up straight, and now how high can you go? Exponentially further, right? Okay, so that's where that posture matters, all right? So let's get some reaches up, big open hand, and alternate. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I see like half your videos on. Let me see those cameras. I want to see your faces. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Big open hand. Get that elbow all the way extended. 19. And 20. Good. All right. I want you to push forward like you're pushing something out of your way with big open hands, and then you're going to push up. So we're going to alternate forward and up. Okay. 1 and up. 2 up. There's some more video. Okay. 3 up. 4 up. 5. Good. We're going to be doing a lot of twisting movements, a lot of bending, some yoga thrown in just because I love yoga. Probably more in the standing portion. 9 and up. 10. We're going to keep going all the way to 20 with this one. 11 up. 12 up. 13 14 15 16. Good. 17 18 19 and 20. Okay. I want you to give me some rows so feet can kind of be closer together for this one. You're reaching out, and then when you come in, you're pulling those elbows in along your side and pushing that chest forward, okay? So reach out and pull in. 1. Reach out, pull in. 2. Squeeze those shoulder blades together like you're pinching the spine. 3. Out. 4. Out. 5. Put that posture in. Sorry if you hear my kids. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Good. Kind of get that wide sit again. We're going to do those huggers, really opening up that chest and crossing across your body. Switch the arm on top every time. 2, 3, 4. How far can you get those arms behind you? 5, 6. Open. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Okay. Now I'm going to have you do, I call it a Y stretch. So I want you to make like a big Y from YMCA, And you can open the Y as wide as you want. We're just gonna twist to each side and just do what feels good for you, okay? That's 2. It's kind of like a great good morning stretch. 3. A normal response is to yawn, so if you do that, go ahead. 4. There, now I see a lot more cameras on. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. One more. Big Y stretch. 10. Okay. All right. And then we're going to do some pelvic circles, kind of starting to work on lower body. I'm getting warm. I'm going to take my sweater off here. So you can sit at that, actually probably sit towards the middle of your chair a little bit more. You're not right on the edge. Hands on your hips. I want you to feel this movement forward and backwards. So when you sit up straighter, your pelvis should be tilted a little more forwards. We call that an anterior pelvic tilt. And when you slouch, it moves the opposite direction, okay? I want to see you come into both of those positions, but we're also just going in a circle. So make sure you're coming forward, and then as you go back, kind of go into that posterior tilt. Okay, circles. 1. So I'm forward. 2, and I'm backward. Alternating. 3, go in the same direction 10 times. You don't have to have your hands on your hips, it's just good feedback. 4. 5. 6. 7. If our lower body is tight, that really affects our pelvis. 8. Makes our trunk more stiff. 9. And 10. And let's switch directions. Go ahead the other way. 1. 2. 3. Kind of like a seated hula hoop. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. All right. Another stretch. Go ahead and pull that right knee in towards your chest. And just a couple second hold, and we'll switch. Left knee in. We'll do these 10 times. This is number 2. Switch number 3. Number 4. 5. We'll get some music going in a second here too. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Good. Probably coming to the edge of your seat would feel best for this last stretch we're going to do, called a figure 4. If you're able to get that ankle on top of your opposite knee, okay? And then we're going to try to keep our back straight. If your knee is way up here, your goal is to push that knee down. If it's already down, then you can lean forward and get a stretch. All right. Okay, a couple more seconds here. And coming out. Okay, should feel pretty loose. We're gonna get looser as we go, more flexibility, range of motion theme today. So I'm gonna get some music going, and we're going to start with all those seated power moves, okay? It should be very familiar to you if you've done this class before, okay? So nice wide sit. You're gonna come into that posture first, 10 times. Down and up. 1. Down. 2. 3. The biggest movement you can do. Full elbow extension, big hands. 4. 5. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. I'm going to throw in one of the big exercises because I think it's great with our theme today. So we're going to reach out. You're going to touch the floor. You're going to come up and come back. That's 1. Okay? Reach out, touch the floor, up, 2, out, floor, up, 3, down, up, 4, out, down, up, 5, good, out, down, 6, out, down, good, love the large movements, 7, out, down, we got 3 more, up, 8, out, down, up, 9, last one, down, up. You don't have to touch the floor, you go as far as you can, and that's number 10. Okay, back to a familiar power move. We're doing a weight shift, so I want you to lean onto your left elbow, reach either over or across depending on your shoulder range of motion. I'm going to have you kick out the opposite leg too, so you totally elongate that right side of the body, and then switch, do the other side. 2. If the leg is too much, you don't have to do that portion. 3, as long as you're getting a stretch through that back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, keep it going. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Good, I'm gonna throw another big move at you. We're just not gonna hold it. Edge of your seat, very similar to what we did. As you swipe that right arm across your body, you're pushing that right leg straight, okay? And then coming back, okay? We're not gonna hold it though. So right arm out, across, and back. Really big, like swooping movement in to touch that knee. That's 2. Across, 3. Have you switch sides. Left arm out. As you come across, that left leg goes out. 1, out. 2, out. 3, out. Leg comes in. 4, it's kind of hard unless you're at the very edge of that chair. 5, 6, out, cross, 7, good, 8, keep it big, palm up, 9, someone said pretend your favorite candy is in that hand on the way up, and you don't want to drop a single piece. All right, and 10, good, back to that wide sit. Okay, we're doing our trunk rotation, so try to get that palm to palm. Sometimes people only come palm to forearm. try to twist a little bit more through that trunk and open up. Okay, so we're doing 20 alternating side to side. Here we go. 1, open. 2, and you can turn that knee a little bit to help you get there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Awesome. Okay. Let's come back to our transition step in this position. All right. So go ahead and step out to the right. Really big, tall step, like at least you're stepping over the size of a shoebox, maybe. Okay, and back in, and then other side. So hands can be here or hands can be here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 20 times. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, get those knees high, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, breather here. So we're gonna do all 4 power moves, and we threw a couple big ones in, we're not gonna do those, but all 4 power moves in seated in a flow. So I've done this before, so just watch this first one, okay? So you're gonna come down, up, weight shift, I don't care which direction you go. Then you're gonna come into that rotation, rotation, and then the only difference is we go in, out, out. So we're gonna do that whole thing 5 times, okay? So try to stay in sequence with me. I don't care which side you're going to first, but let's go. Starting here, go ahead and do that posture, and up, good. Weight shift, right into the twist. Open, twist, hands on your knees, in, out, out. So it makes you think about that next move, okay? That was 1. Go again. Down, up, shift, shift, twist, twist. Good. Hands on your knees. In, out, out. That was 2. Go again. Down. Doing 5. Shift, shift, and twist, twist, in, good, out, out. 2 more. We're like synchronized swimmers, okay? Down, up, weight shift, twisting, twisting. Hands on the knees, in, go right into the next one, last one, come on, down, up, shift, shift, good, twisting, twisting, and in, good, okay, go ahead and take a water break. I'm gonna change this music up. I'm not loving it. So we will still be in seated, However, we're still working on flexibility, range of motion, and you have the option, if you want to add some dumbbells to this series. Really, anything we do that is moving our arms, you could add dumbbells to. So I didn't say you needed that in the beginning of class, but if you want to challenge yourself further, we are going to be doing still some large range of motion movements, which could be tougher with some heavier dumbbells, but feel free to use those if you want. I will say, if we're doing a really large movement, like out away from the body, and you have your dumbbells, you want to tighten that core so that you don't start to bother your back with that, okay? All right. Turn this on. Okay. So we're gonna do some scissor arms to start. Let's have knees together, okay? So up tall, as large as you can get them, like you're a pair of scissors. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. Separate your legs again. I'm calling this a double rainbow arm movement, okay? So I'm gonna have you stack your right arm, or your right hand on top of your left hand, but it's on your left knee. And I want you to open up, do a big rainbow curve over to the other side. So over and back is 1, okay? Here we go. Over and back, 2. We're doing 10 times. Then we're gonna switch. Over, 3. Over, 4. Gotta go overhead. 5. Over. 6. Over. Make sure you're breathing. 7, and it's easy to get into that like hunched posture. We keep that chest open even with our arms closed. 8. Over. 9. Over. And 10. Okay. So switch it up. Right hand goes on right knee. Left hand goes on top. Same thing. Over and back. 1. Over and back. 2. Over. 3. 4. Over. It takes a little bit of core. 5. Good. Over. Back. 6. Over. Back. 7. If that range of motion is not good for you, just do a smaller arc. 8. Maybe you're here. 9. Maybe you're just touching. And 10. Good. Okay. All right. So we're doing our figure 8s again, and I'm going to have you do them with both arms. So kind of like we just did, maybe just stack that right arm on top of the left, or hand on top of the left. And between your legs, start at that top, over, do that figure 8 shape out in front. Okay, we're gonna do 5 in one direction, then we'll switch hands and do 5 in the other direction. So as you're leaning forward to make that 8, don't let your back round. Keep it straight and keep those abs tight, okay? Here we go. 1. You should be leaning forward a little. 2. So 5 in the same direction. 3. 4. If you're having a hard time supporting yourself, maybe kick your feet out a little further. That's 5. Okay, switch the hand that's on top. And you can go in the other direction if you want to test your coordination. I'm going to go in the same direction to make my 8. 1. 2. 3, 4, last one, and 5. Okay. All right, let's do a little leg work. Go ahead and sit all the way back in your chair. The knees are almost touching that edge. Okay. So we'll give our arms a break for a couple exercises. Let's just do we call them full arc quads in physical therapy, but we're just doing our kicks out. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Do 20 times. Don't let yourself slouch, even though we're kind of taking a break from the arms. I lost count. I'm going to call that 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and kind of notice, are you able to get that leg all the way straight, or does your pelvis position have to change to get that? That could be an indicator that your hamstrings are tight. 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Give me the leg that's out. Give me 20 quick ankle pumps, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right. And the other leg, quick 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right. Okay. Back to some arm work. So we're going to do some tricep extensions. So I'll show you from the side. Let's have you keep a tight core. All right. Lean forward about 45 degrees. And you're going to look down when you do it. And both arms just kind of mimicking that tricep extension, okay? Ideally, you're getting the arm back as far as you can, and then it's just the elbows bending, okay? So if you got weights, go ahead and add them in. We're doing 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. And I really want you to notice straight back versus rounded back in doing this, okay? We want the straight back. All right. So we'll take our seats up at the edge again. I want you to do, like make your fingers close together and kind of bring them fingertip to fingertip. Good. Sit up really tall. Out and in is 1. Yep. Out. 2. Out. 3. Remember, the focus is range of motion, flexibility, kind of endurance too, holding our arms up this long. 5. Maybe coordinate your breaths. Inhale, exhale. 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Okay, bigger range of motion. Get those swimmer arms out. I want to see the shoulder is a ball and socket joint, right? So I want to see full range of motion, and I want to see this little movement. I want to see all the way around. We've warmed up quite a bit. You should be able to get that motion in. Let's do right arm forward and left arm forward. That's 2. We're going to do 10 forward. 3, 4. Then we're going to go backwards. 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. let's have you guys do some shoulder rolls, okay? So let's put our hands on our knees. Let's go forward. So those shoulders are like up, forward, and then back, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. And roll backwards. We'll do some big movements after this again. 4, large amplitude, not big. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. Okay. Those of you who've taken this class before, you should know this rope climb movement. We're going to do a rope climb and then a ladder climb. But we're going to climb 20 times up towards the sky, open hand at the top, closed hand at the bottom, like you're pulling down a rope, okay? So and to take it a step further, if you want to lean and reach and get that extra side body stretch, that's going to be great too, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, open, close, open, 7, good with the hand, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Awesome. Okay, legs come in. Think about climbing a ladder. So it's like walking, opposite arm and leg. So if your right arm's grabbing that rung of the ladder, that left foot is coming up. So we're pulling down and then switching. So alternating. I'll let you get the hang of it. Okay. And 20 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. So a tall march. 5, 6, 7, 8. Last move here, and then we're going to switch it up and do some standing. 10, 11, 12, 13. Keep going. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, shake it out. We did a lot of upper body work. Maybe do one of those huggers and maybe come down in between those legs. Good. Come up and twist left and right. Maybe get a good spinal twist in. Okay. So take your time, get yourself ready to do some standing moves, whether you need a chair or more space to move in. We'll be going through a lot of the power posture or standing power moves, but just adding some more flexibility work to them. And then because I like yoga as well, we'll be doing some standing yoga moves too towards the end. Okay. See if you can see me okay there. All right. We're going to do the standard power posture move here, okay? So feet about hip distance apart. Looks like everyone's still getting ready there. Okay. So arms out, you're going to squat till however you feel is comfortable. I do about, not quite 90, and then come up into that big power posture. But make sure you're sticking your bottom out. It shouldn't be one of these. It should be one of these, like you're reaching your bottom towards the chair, okay? 10 times. 1, all the weight in those heels. 2, 3, 4, 5, good. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, we're gonna do a forward lunge with those arm movements, okay? So that first one is step forward with the right, return, step forward with the left, return, okay? 20 times, keep alternating. 1, 2, 3, and think about sinking in a lunge instead of just like moving forward. 5, step and sink. 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe if you're seated, you do a high march. 10, work some of those same muscle groups. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Whew, take a breather there for a second. That was a lot of lunging. Excellent. All right, so we're gonna do our weight shift next, which is want a really wide base of support. You don't have to lift your opposite heel. You could though, for an extra challenge, you could lift that entire leg off the ground, okay? So I'm gonna do kind of both versions. So 20 times each way. 1, 2, 3, 4, good. 5, 6, I just saw you stand up and I've seen you seated. That looks awesome, Chris, there. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, try that extra lift if you're brave enough. 13 if it's appropriate. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Excellent job. Okay, keeping that wide base of support. Okay, you can let those feet angle out a little bit. We're gonna go into that, call it my sumo squat again. Okay, if you can't hold the squat, just do a stand and a reach, but I want you to try to add that squat. We're gonna be reaching across the body, okay, like you're trying to grab something. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe you come up every couple because it's tough, and then go back into that squat. 8, so many ways to modify. 10, 11, maybe in seated, you're holding one knee in the air for 10 counts. 15, and then the other knee for the other count. 18, I think. 19, and 20. Whew. Come back up and stay in that wide stance for me. Okay. We're going to do our trunk rotation. Normal, right, is back and forth this way. If you want that extra challenge, you could keep that squat the entire time and keep those knees bent. You don't have to do that, just an option, okay? I'm gonna do a kind of an in-between. So arms out wide, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, good. 7, keep breathing through it. 8, 9, counting's even better. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Good, come back up. Whew. All right, let's get a good stretch at the top. Go ahead and grab those hands and kind of side bend left to right before we do a little bit more here. Okay. All right. Make sure you got room side to side. We're doing our transition step next, okay? Feet start together. This is just a demo, so right lunge together, left lunge together. Maybe the chair's in front, maybe you're doing one arm at a time. Do what you can, here we go. 1, 2, maybe you're at the chair and you're only doing one side. 4, keep alternating those of you standing. 5, just showing an option here. 6, then you switch. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, so adding that step makes it a little tougher. 12, you don't have to do the arms. 13, 14, 15, and feel free to go slower if you have to. 17, 18, good, keep going. 19, I'm loving that range of motion, Robert. 20, yeah, filling the whole screen. Okay, all right, so then we got some standing hip circles. We had done these in seated. I don't know if anyone's seen SpongeBob, but you're bringing it around town. All right, 5 times this way. 1, we'll say 5 times clockwise. 2, 3, big hula hoop. 4, 5. After this, we got some, go ahead and reverse directions. We got some, just a few simple yoga moves coming up before we do our floor series. Let's do 2 more. 2. Okay. I'm going to shut this off, or this music off for a second, because I want to talk about the yoga moves. So we're doing warrior 2 to reverse warrior. So I'm going to turn to the side. So let's do this. Let's do, if your left leg is out in front of you, that one's facing forward, okay? And if your right leg will be behind you, that one's going to face at a 90-degree angle. So it's facing your screen if you're turned to the side like me. Yeah. So nice wide lunge. So that back leg is straight, the right or the front leg is bent. You're going to come into that warrior 2 pose, arms out. And then you're going to reverse it. So that back arm touches the back of your thigh and that front arm kind of just curves over top. And you don't have to hold it. You could come straight up if that bothers you. We're just going to do 10 gentle reverse warriors here. 2, up. 3, up. Maybe you're seated with that leg kicked out. 4, good. 5, and up. Feel a nice stretch if you're doing the same side as me on that left side of the back. I think this is 8. Good. 9. Last one before we switch. Overhead and back. Awesome. If any of you haven't tried yoga, I know they offer it at least 2 days a week through these Zoom classes, but it's so good for you. Makes you feel wonderful. You don't have to have goals of being able to touch your toes. It just helps your body feel good. All right. So opposite, right leg forward, left leg behind. Come into that pose. And 10 times. 1. And then back. 2. Good. 3. 4. 5. Kind of coordinating that breath with it. Maybe you inhale, exhale at 6, inhale, exhale, 7, inhale, exhale, 8, 9, and one more. Get that stretch. Hopefully by that 10th one, you're a little more flexible, and then come back to center for me. Okay. And then the next one's just going to be a stretch. So I'll show you from the side. Be about hip distance apart, maybe a little bit closer. Go ahead and sink into chair pose. And I came across a good tip lately. If this is a easier pose for you, a good way to kind of judge how low you need to be is if you squat down, can you just brush your fingertips to touch the floor? That's about how low in your squat you could be to challenge yourself. If that's too much, you can come way up here. But I'm going to keep it low. Hands in a prayer, okay? Prayer position together. And then we're going to twist and kind of hook that elbow on the outside of the knee. And we're just going to hold that 15 seconds. If you want to advance it, you're welcome to really open up. That's advanced, okay? Otherwise, keep that prayer position. And then we're going to switch it. I'm going to turn around, but go ahead and switch to the other side. It does challenge you to not, you're pushing on that knee to not lock your knees together. Extra challenge, kind of opening up. Ooh, yeah, that one's fun, huh? All right. And then we'll come out of that. Careful coming up. Okay. All right, so I'm getting down to the floor. Those of you joining me, kind of get those mats ready. We're doing our all fours power moves. I'm not changing much because I usually try to incorporate it with my theme, but these are already moves that promote really good flexibility. Okay, get some music back on. We're gonna do 10 of the first power moves, and then we'll do probably 10 on each side of the others. Okay. So those of you seated or modifying, doing it at the chair, right? Okay, otherwise we're on our hands and knees. 10 times, okay? Looks like most of you are there because I see you drop out of your screen, so we're gonna get started, okay? Down and up. 1, 2. Not a full push-up, just kind of like a spring off those fingers. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Let's do our weight shift. So go ahead and sink back onto your heels. That's kind of a good way to gauge where you want your hands when you come forward. And come on forward for me for 1. And back. Good. 2. Back. 3. I've said this before, but if you're seated and you can't really mimic this one, think about like that cat-cow position where you're rounding your spine and then arching your spine. We call that 5, 6, 7, because that's kind of what we're doing. We're rounding that spine, arching at 8. So we go into cat and cow. 9. Last one. And 10. Okay. And then trunk rotation in this position. You come. Let's do alternating today. Let's do 10 total. We're gonna switch the arm every time, okay? So up and under with one arm, bring it back, and then switch. Up and under. That's 2. 10 total. 3, if you try that extra challenge with that chair pose stretch, that one should feel a bit easier. 4, up and under. 5, keep going, and under. 6, and under. 7, up and under. 8, up. 9, last one, and under. 10. Good, okay. Okay, and then that modified transition stuff, you could be up here if it's tough to get that foot up, and then you come here, or you're all the way at the ground, okay? Let's do 10 here as well, so alternating the feet. Get one foot up there, kind of come into that half kneel, open up, come back down, and switch. This is number 2. Good. And back down. 3. If you have a really hard time with shoes on, you can try shoes off. It'll help you slide a little bit better. 4. Great move if you really have a hard time getting up off the floor. 5. 6. You can always have yoga blocks too, or a good like incremental stepping stone to get to this position if it's tough. 9. Let's do one more. I think we're close to 10. And 10. Good. Okay. We will cool down. So take your time getting up. And just got a couple moves. We already are pretty flexible, but we'll kind of finish out with maybe some stretching. Grab some water if you need it. Okay. All right. So stretching here. Let's do a big opening to the right. I want you to keep your hand on your knee and then grab the back of your chair with that right arm. Get a good open stretch. Good. Put that hand on the other knee. Open that arm up. Keep that chest open. Good job today. I loved all those screens filling up with limbs. In those big range of motion movements. All right, good. Let's do a hamstring stretch. Edge of your chair. Only go if that knee starts to bend. Only go that far. Otherwise, wait for that moderate stretch. If yours are really tight and you want to make a difference, minimum 30 seconds for a stretch, okay? We do a shorter version here because I want to spend all our time like stretching. And we're already warm. Okay? Let's switch sides. Lean forward, keep that back straight. All right, good. I want you to, let's put your, I don't know if you can see my foot, put your toe, point your toe on the ground and kind of get a few ankle circles in each direction. No specific amount, just kind of loosening that ankle. Kind of like you could lift it in circle too if you like that better. Okay. All right, other side. Point the toe, kind of circle. Okay, let's do feet together, legs apart, If you're tight here, nice butterfly stretch. Good. So put the bottoms of your feet together if your ankles allow for that. Okay. And then let's sit up tall, feet together. Interlace those fingers for me. I want you to stretch them out and round that back. A nice mid-back stretch. And then kind of arch that back a bit, bring them in. Go ahead and round it. Maybe look down as you round. And back in. That's 2. We'll do 3 more. Finish up here. Should feel those shoulder blades really separate when you come forward. Good. And last one. All right. That is it for today's class. Thank you for attending. And I